Why do we stay with people who clearly don't want to commit?
He would do things that would make me think he wanted to be serious.
Expand on that a little bit.
So he wouldn't put a title on it, like we weren't official, but he was getting official, like girlfriend treatment. Hi, my name is Yalitza Rodriguez, and I'm 30 years old, and this is Dating Audit.
Thank you, Yalitza, for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
If anyone is new, please drop a like, comment down below. What do you guys think? Let me know if you're enjoying the show. And yeah, let's get right into it. So tell me a little bit, what do you do for a living?
I work in accounting.
Okay. And
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, how long have you been doing that?
I've been working in accounting for about 6 years, give or take.
What is your relationship status?
I'm single as a Pringle.
How long have you been single?
3 years.
Okay.
Unofficially.
Unofficially.
Yeah.
Okay. Officially, how long have you been single?
Officially over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll dissect that in a little bit. Now let's go into your dating history.
Okay.
Let's talk about some of your old dating habits. I guess, walk me through it. What happened,
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier, off camera, that I was very codependent.
Okay.
I was looking for a partner to fill a void within me, and I was just going from relationship to relationship, just expecting to be saved, expecting to be fulfilled by my partner.
Right.
When in reality, that's very unfair.
Yeah.
To the man or anybody, honestly. So it was very unhealthy dating habits, very toxic, staying longer than I should in relationships, and just terrible.
Yeah. How has your dating life changed since coming to America?
It was a very drastic change because back in DR, at least when I was growing up, it was very traditional, your partner or your boyfriend has to come home and meet your parents and introduce to the family. So it's kind of official. And then coming to the States, it's a lot of hookup culture and no real defined relationships. So that was very hard for me to adapt to.
Right.
And just navigating that was tough.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, because I remember back dating back at home, it would be the thing, I asked a girl out on a date and I would be the one to go to her home and pick her up. And in that, her parents aren't just gonna let her go out with some random guy.
Exactly.
So you have to go inside and introduce yourself, and it's a little bit more formal, and you meet the family, but it's not like you're a part of the family now. It's just they just want to know who you are.
Exactly.
Who is their daughter going out with. And here is totally different. With all the dating apps and everything. I didn't even know dating apps was a thing, like I was telling you earlier, until I got here my freshman year in college, and that's when I got introduced to Tinder.
Oh wow.
Have you ever used dating apps?
Yes, I have. I used Tinder and Bumble.
Okay.
Didn't go really well.
But you met people on those before? Yes.
So I was in a situationship with somebody from Tinder.
Okay.
It was not official. It was more like I said, situationship. So it was not a great experience. It was. Yeah.
What?
I was in the trenches.
What do you mean? Expand on that a little bit.
So he wouldn't put a title on it, we weren't official, but he was getting official, girlfriend treatment, but he was expecting the treatment that comes with a formal relationship without having
to. But he didn't want to commit, pretty much. That's interesting. Why do you think that? You didn't want to commit?
I guess because he was born here. And
Jeez.
he's used to,
Just
the
like hooking up.
hookup. Yeah.
That's interesting.
But I was not okay with it. And I expressed it. And what I would get back was, a lot of empty promises.
Yeah.
And, but that was on me, staying longer than I should have been in that relationship because there were signs since the beginning. But
so were you like, in the beginning, were you like, hey, I'm looking for something serious, or how was? I just want to know what the expectations were.
I didn't flat out say, I was looking for something serious. I was trying to see where it would go.
Right.
But after like 3 months of dating, you would expect to see some initiative.
Right.
But there was none. So at that point I did, say, this is what I'm expecting. And it was more like no, we'll see.
Yeah, it's never good.
Yeah.
And I guess you just got out of there after that.
Yeah, it took me a year, but I got out of it.
A year? Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so why'd you? I guess you mentioned earlier that you're a little bit codependent.
Mm-hmm.
Was that why you stayed so long after that?
Yeah. I was afraid of being alone. Like I said, I just felt like having someone by my side was going to fill that void inside me, that emptiness that I felt and the fear of being alone. So I just stuck around longer than I should have.
That's interesting. And, it was always like you never put a title on it that whole way through.
Yeah. He would do things that would make me think he wanted to be serious. But it was very confusing. So
interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, I guess you've obviously learned from that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm like, what are we?
Yeah, no, that's good. You mentioned earlier that you've been unofficially single for 3 years.
Yeah.
So let's dive into that. What does that mean?
Okay, so after I got out of that situationship, I just needed time for myself, you know, to reflect and think about myself and why I kept going for the same type of men,
right?
Which is like emotionally unavailable.
Okay.
So I was, single and working on myself. That's when I also started getting closer to God.
Okay.
And it was going really good for a while. Then in 2023, I would say,
okay,
a friend of mine and I started talking.
Yeah.
And it kind of developed into a relationship of sorts. Yeah.
And how long? I guess how long did that last?
It was like 3 months.
3 months. Okay. And I guess why'd that end?
I would say conviction. Like I said, I was getting closer to God. So I noticed I started letting my old habits come back, or like idolizing a relationship instead of focusing on God, idolizing a man instead of working on myself and healing and focusing on things that I should be fixing instead of just like getting in a relationship to avoid all of that.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing about relationships is it brings out all your flaws, like literally all of them. So it's important, like while you're in your single season, to really work on yourself.
Yeah.
And even that, like, you don't want to work on yourself to where you're like, oh, I need to be perfect or whatever, because the truth is, like, you're always going to be working on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you've healed from past trauma from your childhood that led to your codependency, but the reality is maybe there's stuff that's happening to you right now that you can't see that are gonna like show up in your future marriage, so it's always like a consistent cycle of like always working on yourself. And it's not fair to the other person, it's not fair to you, but it's always, that's like stuff to be aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like there's always something to improve. And
Yeah.
I was just talking to my friend about this, that, you know, our whole lives we're gonna have to be healing from something else, and
Yeah.
like doing inner work and
Yep.
reflecting. So it's just the realization of that I need to fix a lot of things before getting into a relationship again.
And what do you think? So I guess right now, how long ago was that relationship?
That was over a year ago.
Okay, so I'd say a year is like a really good time to, like, you know, figure things out, work on yourself. And I guess you're at the point now where you're, you know, open to dating again, looking for somebody.
Yeah. I'm open to it. You know, I'm waiting on the Lord to tell me when is the right time. But just trying to not idolize marriage and a relationship, because the other person is not responsible for my emotional state and all the things that I need to deal with, you know, because it's not fair to them for me to come into a relationship and just expect them to fix me and deal with all these nuances.
Yeah, you want two whole pieces to come into a relationship.
Exactly.
You know, you don't want to come in like half empty and just like half full and you expect it to make one. Like, it doesn't really work like that. It's been a year. What's going on? Like, what are you doing now to, like, you know, maybe eventually meet Mr. Right?
I'm gotta be honest, I'm not really doing anything.
Okay.
Mostly prioritizing my relationship with God and just focusing on myself and healing, like I mentioned earlier. Learning new things, like learning how to cook and
just like hobbies, I guess.
Spending time with my friends, because I realized once I am in a relationship, that will
it's gonna go away, or like
shift a little bit.
Maybe
the free time I have to spend with my friends will be a lot more limited. So just enjoying my single time, I guess.
That was good. And how do you see yourself meeting your partner?
Ideally, like in person. I wouldn't want to do dating apps, but I'm not opposed to it 100%, but I just prefer like in-person interactions and it flowing naturally, like maybe meeting at church or like at a cafe, something, you know, in person. But also I have very like princess expectations, like movie, you know, romantic movies. Exactly, the meet cute.
I mean, that's how we all think is going to happen. And I mean, you know, you never know.
Fingers crossed.
But no, it's good. I definitely think in person is just better, because you just get a better feel for this person. You know, you could actually have a conversation with them and, you know, tell if they're funny, you know, how tall they are, that type of thing. It's like with these dating apps, you just never know what you're gonna get in person. So, but I'm also not opposed to dating apps. I just don't rely on it, you know what I mean? If it's like a once a week type of thing, I think that's fine. But don't spend all your time swiping away on there either.
I feel like it's a lot of options on a dating app, so it, like you said earlier, it takes the human out of it.
It takes the human out of it.
It just feels like, oh, I have so many options.
What's your type? Be very specific.
Oh, okay. I like tall guys. I'm tall myself, so I do like tall guys. Maybe Hispanic. I don't know. I'm really open to any nationality. I don't limit myself, but I gravitate towards Latino because I'm Latino myself. But I have dated outside of my culture, like I said. I'm just looking for someone who is a man of God and someone who is a leader and has initiative, is mature.
Yeah. That's good. And you said you're open to dating outside of your culture. Do you think, I don't know, like, I just wanted to ask, like, your family, do you think they would be okay with you dating someone outside your culture? How would they react?
I have dated outside my culture, and my parents are aware.
Yeah.
I've introduced them to my exes. So they're aware. They're okay with it. Yeah, they're not. I think like they're more worried about. I'm sorry.
They're not like weird, or would they like? I know like sometimes with, I guess like Caribbean, like older generations, they're like really traditional.
Yeah.
So, but what would you say?
I think they're just looking for me to be happy and like find someone that values me.
That's good.
Mostly because I've had bad experiences in the past, and they're aware of that, and they just want the best for me.
No, that's good. That's good, as they should.
Yeah. I think they honestly would want a Dominican man for me, but they're okay.
They're okay.
They move past that.
Yeah, I guess it'd be like easier to like on the families and everything, getting to know each other. Especially
like the language barrier.
That's a big
thing. My parents don't
Yeah.
speak not a lick of English.
Oh wow.
They're back home, so.
Wait, so how does that work? Have you introduced them to an ex that doesn't speak Spanish?
Yes, actually.
How'd that work?
I was the translator.
Oh wow,
so
that's probably awkward.
Yeah, that is awkward. My dad can pick up like a few things, but it's difficult.
I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Yeah,
that'd be difficult.
It's hard, but that's why I'm okay with dating somebody outside of my culture as long as they show like some interest in my culture and
Spanish.
Communicating with my parents. Yeah.
Would that be like an expectation for you, your partner, to eventually learn Spanish? If they don't know.
Yes, I would hope so, because my first language is Spanish.
Yeah.
And when I'm having like big emotions, I gravitate to Spanish. Like when I'm upset, I just speak Spanish. I can't speak English. So yeah, I think it's part of my culture. So I would hope, like, I don't expect him to be fluent, but at least conversation.
Have a little conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Well, thank you, Yalitza, for joining the show. If you guys made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.